Parents, teenagers, kids, listen to me. I have a message for you. It's very important. Do you know that the only way you can develop your creative thinking capacity and critical thinking ability is by learning mathematics? It's by solving mathematics and it's by doing math. All right? Don't focus more on English language. Don't do much on language. Spend more time learning math. Parents, listen to me. Spend time teaching mathematics to your children. Allow school to teach them English. But when they come home, you spend your time, expose them to mathematics. I will tell you the reason why this is very important. Just follow me on this channel, like this video, share it, and make comment. First, a researcher from School of Computer Science, Northwestern Polytechnic University in China, carried out a research that shows that math education helps brain development. Also, there is another post. I found another post on Byju's. Okay, Byju's is a popular platform owned by a company located in India. The post says that how learning math can benefit your child's brain in incredible ways. Now, apart from these two references, there are so many other research that has shown that mathematics is very critical to child's brain development. Now, let's look at it. Let's compare math and English. Now, I'm not saying people should not learn English, but I'm comparing these two because these are the popular subjects that we usually focus when we are growing up, as in when we are developing our children, when they go to school. School focus on these two. Number one, language can be transferred. If you live in an environment where people speak good English, your child will catch up. We have a lot of artists, celebrity. They didn't have the privilege to go to school. When you hear them speak, simple and correct English, now they communicate fine. What helps them is simple: exposure and their environment. If you surround your children with people that speak good English, they will speak it perfectly well. Now, having said that, let's look at mathematics. See, listen to me. Mathematics is not transferable. You can't transfer math skill from one person to another. No. Everybody must develop the skill. For example, it's possible for you to study law at 60, at your 60, your 70, whatever, but it's not possible for you to study STEM at a particular age. What do I mean by STEM? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now, if you look at all these four fields I just mentioned, what connects them is mathematics. It will be difficult for you to tell someone at 40 to go back and go and study engineering. It will be difficult. In fact, it will be difficult for someone at 30 upward to go back to school. Let's say the person has already studied one course like that, to go back to school to study computer science. I'm saying it. Now, see, don't be fooled by people that will tell you that, oh, bring money, let me teach you programming language within 5 days, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you start making money. All those things is all scam, right? You understand? Be very careful, because all these courses I'm mentioning, computer science, computer engineering, math and statistics, geology, geography, civil engineering, any engineering at all, right? Their background is mathematics. That's why I always tell people that mathematics is the only subject that connects the whole world. Language is not. Your use of English might be perfect when you are in a particular location. By the time you change location to another location, like you go to Germany, for example, you realize that you will have problem with language. But one thing that connects everybody when it comes to field is mathematics. Look about, let's analyze it this way. We talk about time, we talk about space, we talk about volume, we talk about weight, and so on. We talk about quantity. You are talking math. The moment you are thinking about time, space, and all that, you are talking math. Let me give you a case study. For example, we usually start with 60 seconds make 1 minute, 60 minutes make 1 hour, and so on. We talk about 10 milliliter make 1 centimeter, all those things. All those things are measured is pure math. That is where it all begins. Now, you begin to teach them all those things. Before you know it, you realize that they are thinking, when you are doing it, you have to make sure you develop that habit, inculcate the habit of math in them. I will tell you how you will do all these things. Just follow me. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you ask any question you want to ask. Share it. Let people know. First thing that math does to brain is that it helps the kid to develop their critical thinking and problem solving skill. Let me break it down like this. What do we mean by critical thinking? Critical thinking is the ability to weigh issue from both good and bad. Let me use that language. You look at issue, you weigh it, the good of it, the bad, or then you weigh it. If possible, you can quantify this good and bad to now measure whether you should take action or you should do it or not. And it's the major aspect of problem solving skill. You can't solve problem if you cannot think critically. That is the problem we have in our society. I told you, I want to remind you rather that the reason why I'm doing this video is because I want to use this medium to help the next generation. In our society these days, we don't have people with critical thinkers. They are scarce. Or let me say that because of our environment, the critical thinkers are not given a chance to solve problems in the society. So that's one thing we need to do. For these children, we need to help them to learn to think critically. Another thing that math does to brain, that it helps our kids to develop their analytical skills. What do we mean by analytical skills? It's very simple. Analyzing issue. You have to analyze it. For example, analysis is a big language. Let me break it down for you. When you have a complex problem, analysis means that you break it down into pieces so that each piece can be independently solved and the result can be integrated. Do you get the idea? So when you are teaching your kids math, you are teaching them how to break down issue into pieces. You are teaching them problem solving strategies, problem solving procedure, right? Another thing that the children get to benefit from learning math, understanding math, is technological advancement. They will understand technological advancement. I told you earlier on, all the technology we use, they have mathematics background. Are you talking about artificial intelligence? You know, currently now, there is cognitive study that help us to understand the way brain works. It helps us to understand the way we reason when we want to solve problem. Now they have modeled this idea mathematically in such a way that a machine can be trained to perform the same function the way we perform it. And let me tell you, the accuracy, the performance of this thing is high now. At least we have achieved up to 80 to 85% accuracy. So when we are saying this thing, we are telling you that we need to prepare our kids for future, opportunity. They also should be part of the problem solver in the society, not to be they need to be a troubleshooter, not to be a troublemaker. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if people cannot solve problem, they become problem themselves. If someone cannot solve problem, the person becomes problem himself or herself in the society. Now, another thing that I want to mention, I have so many benefits here. Another thing I want to mention is that mathematics is embedded in everyday applications. Whatever you are doing, you are already making use of math application. You are making use of those applications developed with mathematics knowledge. So if you are using mobile phone, you are using electronics, you are using my washing machine, you are using gas cooker, everything that is a knowledge of mathematics embedded in those things you are using. So you get it? Now, let me tell you about another benefit. Innovation and creativity. Innovation and creativity. I won't say much about it. Then we also have something called creative thinking. Creative thinking is ability to think creatively. Let me give you a typical example. For example, if you go to farm, you will hear birds, singing, all these way birds singing, that sound. A creative thinker who is also a beat maker can turn that sound to a beat. That is what we call creative thinking. Creative thinking is ability to bring idea from another field and you are bringing it to solve another problems. Do you get the idea? It's very critical. So when we are talking about math here, all these things you can get it. Go and study people that have been applied knowledge from mathematics. You will see the way they solve problems. They are not in a rush to solve problem. They take their time to study the problem before they attack it. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to, because I know a lot of people will be looking at all these points I'm making. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to develop another video one by one. And I will explain all these advantages, all these benefits, one by one. I make sure that one video will cover one benefit. And I will give a lot of examples so that people can understand the point I'm making, right? I will use the language we understand. And I will use a lot of examples that we understand. Is that clear? So, in summary, before I go, what I'm saying is this. Parents, our teenagers, maybe you are looking for admission or you don't even know the course to choose. No, that's one of the problems. I always tell parents, let's try to develop our children right from when they are still young, from the age of 3. Because the moment your kids get to a level and he or she is confused about the kind of course to choose, some people will just say, oh, I went to school because I was tired of sitting at home. Then, no. A child should understand the course he or she wants to study. You need to when you train them, and you expose them to all these things, it helps them to think that this is the problem I want to solve in the society. Can you now see one aspect of one advantage of mathematics? That's another one now I'm giving you. When you train them very well with mathematics and their brain expand, right, you realize that it helps them to look at the society and know the kind of problems they want to solve. By knowing the problem they want to solve, they will understand the kind of course they should go for. Not just that people just doing course and at the end of the day you graduate, you begin to struggle. You know, a lot of people do some courses and they struggle with it. If you are doing a course you actually enjoy, you will not struggle with it. You will not struggle with it. And that's how I'm telling you that mathematics, you can use it to develop your child's brain to know, because mathematics is in engineering, it's in agriculture, it's in everywhere, isn't it? So that is my point for today. Please share this video. And before I go, I want you to understand something. Make sure your child is wearing mat. Let them eat mat. Let them drink mat. Let them sleep with mat. Let them wake up and see mat. In fact, let them dream mat. Let them do everything with mat. Oh, you may not understand what I mean, but don't worry. I'm coming out with another video where I'm going to explain how your child can be eating mat, how your child can be drinking mat, how they can sleep with mat and dream mat and wake up with mat. By the time you make sure this thing is in place, watch them. Just be following them up like that. Don't relax. Be following them up with that strategy. In the next 6 months, go check out and see the changes. Just think at the way they respond to issue. Think at the way they tackle problems. You will see changes. Just, if you like someone, share this video with them. Let them see it. Share the video, like it. You can ask me any question concerning what I have said and I will break it down for you. Then be expecting more video in this regard. Thank you very much.